Right. Now we have to do foundation. Let's see here. All right. There we go. Which way?
That's what they're saying. I heard something about him falling into a different dimension.
That sounds like a perfect way for a mad science to go. Godspeed.
Let's see. Where am I going?
Director Faden did a fine job handling this, especially considering how new she is.
I suppose. I guess they're still all over the bureau.
Yeah. Sticky note room. We must talk to the board. We must talk to the board.
I feel Darling reached out to me through the hotline. I have a feeling he and Trench will... Problem in the Foundation. That was Ahti's vacation spot. We need to check this out.
I hope Ahti's doing fine on his vacation. It'd be unfortunate if it got interrupted by something bad happening. Let's see here. I need...
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ahti.
Speak, friend,
So
and
that
enter.
etching is the door. Okay.
Oh. Dark.
No time for sightseeing. The board said this was an emergency.
Oh good, now we have light at least.
Looks like no one's been down here in a while.
Spooky. What in the look? That just become erect.
Those crystals are kind of pretty.
Why are these crystals suddenly
Emily
becoming
would be
so
having a
erect?
Field day down here.
My life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. But this place, it's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. No one does. How do we miss it? Northmore. Acting director Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these videos. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me, his bookworm son. The supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
Did you become the head of research because you're actually good at researching stuff despite being afraid to go on a threshold, or was it nepotism? Like, if you're the head of research, but you're, like, afraid to go into a threshold, then I'm, like, concerned at how good of a job you would be doing as the head of research.
Foundation. Bottom of the oldest house. Stop the hiss.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless she's dead. Jesus. She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
I will say I didn't care too much for her, so I'm not too saddened by the loss.
So the hiss found their way down here too, huh?
I've blown that up a bit too close to myself. Am I standing in a rock? Let's see here. Not that way. What's over here? Ah! Blinding white void. That's what's over here. Don't want the blinding light white void. That's really annoying. God, it's... Hold on. There a bloom setting I can change? Let's see here. Let's turn motion blur off. Fuck that shit. God. What is this, J.J. Abrams? My house. My house. In the middle of my house. My house. But I want this. These rocks are in the way. guess I'll get it later. Yup. Meow. What are they digging up here? Also, are those paw prints? Are there paw prints here? On art and time. At first I thought the cave paintings of the Foundation chronicled ancient humans' encounters with natural occurrences like weather, but soon it became clear that it depicted events set far outside the average human experience. Also, it seems I was wrong to assume the images are ancient. Radiocarbon dating suggests something impossible. I've been down here longer than the paintings. That's absurd, though. The style and medium clearly indicate a Paleolithic origin. I was ready to conclude the ancient community of humans lived in or around the old house. Now, with that information, I don't know what to think. Is one of our agents drawing these, or is this someone down here with us? This place was a habit of skewing my results, so perhaps the data is corrupted. Or perhaps some paintings were created at different times. The art does seem to chronicle not only the past, but also the present and possibly even the future. I see them in echoes of the board, some linear architecture, even that could be interpreted as a director. Are the paintings telling a story that is still being written, or if so, who's writing it? I'm up to 31 kills with the Surge now. We'll just gotta get 19 more for the achievement. What the fuck?
Pickaxes now.
Well then. Up to 35. Like there's a de-evolution though for the hiss. I mean, we had ones using guns. Now they will use pickaxes. Launch health recovery. Interesting. You missed the good news. I'm sure the official memo will be out soon, but Northmore called in all hands at the crossroads to announce that we're finally moving out of this hellhole and up into the house proper. Bureau brass apparently solved the moving walls problem, or at least figured out a way to pinpoint where and when they happen. All I know is going up means goodbye darkness, goodbye weird lunches, and that ex-Nazi scientist, and goodbye pissing into a pit. I know that was you, Barry. Northmore is ordering the Foundation sealed as soon as we can get our haul our stuff out and somehow convince Ash to come with us. He's the only one kicking up a fuss. This is long overdue. We've lost 11 men, damn near $10,000 in supplies moving around between the entrance and the Foundation. And for what? Research? Ash is batty if he thinks we want to stay here and shift through more sand for him. It's just rusted iron flakes anyway. Do you know what happened? He's like, did you know that? We were breathing that shit in. Yeah, sharpened. You know, when I saw the achievement for sharpened, I wasn't expecting them literally just being like cavemen with pointy sticks. Ash sharpened agents display very telling ability to rapidly move short distances. The ability unique to the fact that it's not associated with any known object of power. However, we should not discount the possibility the ability is an object variation. For example, abrupt physical relocation (APR) could potentially be a variant of the jukebox fix. Other explanations of his sharpens ability currently involve momentary time manipulation, brief increase in physical speed, inhibiting the witness's sense of sight. If we do accept that the Hiss sharpened ability is not connected to a known object of power, then the Hiss are either manifesting unique paranatural abilities or are these objects in the house that we aren't aware of. Either way, the Hiss are continuing to develop new strains of corruption, and this cause for concern. Refer to file for full report. Let's see. Whoop. What in the... So you're not too worried about toxic gas geysers when I have the ability just to fly and dash past them. Don't care. Not important right now. Wishes. I didn't want it. Whatever. I'll do that in a moment. Mr. Wilder, we have some bad news. Remember that Robert Ricardo fellow we brought in as a special consultant to map the lower caves? Well, today he found a chamber with weird eyes covering each inch of the walls, a strange back pillar in the center. Kind of looks like the one in Crossroads, but smaller. We had a bureau member shadowing him, but whatever happened in there did a number on our guests. The docs were taking a look at what's pretty clear Mr. Adventurer's exploring days are over. I know we were careful to limit the guy's exposure to the non-ordinary, drugging him and carrying him through the upper floor was a real hoot, by the way, but we really need to reevaluate our policies on external contractors. Honestly, we'd be better off forming a special division trained in repelling and orienteering than subjecting more outsiders to this shit to do what we deal with. It's almost like they almost always end up dead or loony. Marcus. Yeah, no, definitely doesn't seem like something. I would say that this place in general is not somewhere you should bring anyone who's not fairly familiar with how shit works here. No. It must go into the light. Blinded by
The astral plane is
light.
cutting into our dimension. What if this happens in the upper floors? It'll destroy the bureau.
Yeah, no, that would be unfortunate. Oofta. That was awkward.
I wish I'd brought Emily with me. I could really use my head of research right about now.
Yeah, no, this is weird shit.
Marshall? Marshall! You're alive! Wait! It's Jesse!
Not
The
alive.
director!
Definitely was not Marshall, or at least not an alive Marshall. Maybe it was like ghost.
Whoa. This place is huge.
Marshall? Can you hear me?
She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time. Let's see what's going on with that pillar first.
Ley lines. On ley lines and their energies. For my research into the oldest house ley lines, I still don't understand why they converge here, to the base of this pillar. I suppose the simplest reason is that they have to converge somewhere. Occam's razor and all that, but it seems wrong. The esoteric world abhors coincidence. But what is the true relationship between the pillars and the ley lines? Does it act as a magnet, attracting them, North Pole, or is the pillar a product of the focused energies, a sprout nourished by the constant flow of the oldest house's power? Perhaps classifying that power would provide some insight. However, we currently have no means of measuring or quantifying it. Given time, it may become possible to collect and even harness this energy. On that note, Northmore is bringing in a much-lauded Dr. Gustav Wagner from headquarters in D.C. to aid my research. I suppose this is his way of saying he doesn't trust me to stay on work unsupervised. Let's just hope Dr. Wagner is as smart as his dearly departed Fuhrer once believed him to be. Oh, what's this? Field research on astral anti-astral copy. With the astral plane now physically accessible, a torrent of new information has been collected on the entities known as astral copies. The copies' bodies are composed of dense stone-like material, but is both resilient under controlled circumstances and brittle when struck with significant force. See Report 8-11-1633 for full composition analysis. Whether the astral copies possess individual consciousness or are directed by a higher intelligence, such as the board, remains unknown. However, the shared aggression seems to be indicative of ununified goal. A unified goal. Director Faden's encounters with these entities when binding object of power in the astral plane indicate they serve as the live targets for potential paratons to practice on. Some have been equipped with Bureau weaponry, though it seems unlikely that they were armed by our personnel. It is important to note that they appear immune to his corruption. Refer to file for full report. Interesting. Damage well known on health. Don't really care about that. I can't upgrade this. Weird. Bucks. Ah, one building, 2 rooms. Odd.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find a lower cavern that seems structurally predictable, which is a scientific way of saying its walls won't crush us in our sleep. Northmore even made a discovery. A pistol placed on a stone pedestal in front of that strange ebony pillar.
Ah, that's where this pistol came from.
Seems like something out of a storybook, except the heroes usually find swords, not handguns.
This is where you're from.
But it is the perfect lure for someone like him. Hours after finding this weapon, Northmore cornered me to spout some nonsense about how the board had made him the director. He ranted about the title being meaningless before now, calling Father and all other previous directors shams, frauds, and worse. I think this place is worse for Northmore than it is for me. strangest thing? There was no pedestal in front of that pillar a day ago. This building has swallowed a dozen of my men, and now it's handing out presents? Is it playing some sort of game? If it is, we're most certainly losing. Hell, we don't even know the rules.
Northmore was the first to, well, not the first director in terms of actual person in charge, was the first one to get the pistol. Interesting. A little bit more of a look around. Yeah, fine stuff. The nature of the pillar. A pillar found in the crossroad is best described as an onyx spike that protrudes from the cave floor like an imposing stalagmite. Despite its aggressive silhouette, the structure has an undeniable allure. Freud would certainly have said something about the pillar's overly erect nature, but I'm not more drawn to Whitmore's essay on dynamic layers. Structures within structures. The fractal mirroring as even the beginning. At every beginning. Given its significant location, I believe the pillar is either the very heart of the oldest house or an intrusion within that heart. Or perhaps it was like a husk of a seed from which the oldest house sprouted. Trottier wrote that the great architecture isn't built, it grows. But then why does the pillar look so different from the rest of this place's concrete walls and rocky caverns? It's easier to see that it's an anomaly, a buried artifact, a foreign body, a domestic phallus. Demonic phallus. It's a demon penis! I wonder if the pillar is any more welcome here than we are. Or be a demon penis here.
So I can only choose one? I thought I was done with these tests.
Destroy or build. Destroy. I'm just double checking because I know this would be for an achievement. That this achievement is either or, right? Let's see here. Make unmakes. Use shape and fracture to combine a total of 100 items. Okay. Gotta stick it in the hole. Can I just, like, do this? I can. But I won't. That'd be boring, just having to say. I know I need to, like, do this 100 times, but, like, that'd be incredibly boring if I just stood here, just doing nothing. Alright. Alright.
Okay, let's review. This broken pillar is called the nail. It was broken by something, and now the astral plane is bleeding into the foundation, which will destroy the oldest house, the bureau, and everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse. This should be simple-ish. You with me?
Just... Hey, yeah, I'm already at 50. Doing great.
The TheAzalan. Not sure she's ready.
I'm here, aren't I? I saved the bureau once, and I'll do it again.
Oh, that's not part of it. Just a random pillar. Whoa!
I'm in the astral plane.
You done did baited
It's
me.
getting worse and worse.
You done did baited me. Ah. Alright, back down in the hole.
That's the cave sand. Looks like the astral bleed goes both ways.
Here's science. There's a person in my pet salamander. He has human eyes. Why does anyone else see him? I think it's like werewolves, but with every animal. Were-dogs, were-cats, were-otters, were-butterflies, were-everything. There are people inside and they can't get out. They're stuck in the animal body. It's not all animals, but it can be any animal. My parents don't believe me. Maybe this happened before. I thought you would know. Sincerely, John Lemine. I hope that's just a child with an overactive imagination. Probably isn't, though. in the heck is this? Do I have to... No. Ah. Not sure why I needed that platform, to be honest, but... Up to 60 now.
Hiss in the astral plane? That didn't go so well.
Well then. It seems like the target dummies don't like the hiss either, though. As they were fighting. This is still... What's still holding it? That. And yep. Stuff up there. It tells me though I need one of these boxes. Ooh, hello. Fuck. I'm pressing my buttons bad. Source energy gained on element. As far as I know, damage doesn't go up higher when you... A Neki Neku statue, unknown. Description of altered effect. A ceramic beckoning cat figurine, commonly luck object found in Japanese storefronts. The following is a list of items observed altered effects. Non-corporeality, affinity for specific human behavior and minor physical movement, waving its arm. Multiple simultaneous incarnations of this item have been observed, whether these are independent alternate items or acting uniformly or replicated instances of AI-48 is unknown. Background. How the item originally arrived in the oldest house is unknown. It was first discovered sitting in the director's office chair and was immediately contained in the Panopticon cell. The next day, an agent noticed 2 additional figurines had appeared. Hours later, all 3 vanished. The items had been sighted throughout the bureau. Appearing while agents perform tasks, it's theorized that they're fulfilling certain unknown criteria will encourage the item to appear. Present location is unknown. I must find the cats. Oh. 71.
Reminder, the Bureau does not have windows. If you notice a window, immediately close your eyes and make your way to the nearest safe room. You are permitted to fasten a blindfold from an arm.
Got it. Don't pay attention to windows. I'm assuming they mean external windows because there are definitely internal windows. Chose at random. Need 5 more, and then I'll have gotten the achievement for using Surge. Oh, well, he just straight up fell. Alright, we're up to 80 on the, on destroying shit, so that's... Where did I put this? There. I do like the creativeness of that. That's like, you know, not just like the battery things in the everywhere else in this game. There we go. Alright. Don't have to use Surge anymore. Obviously I still will, but it's not a requirement anymore. And you go! Nope, not that. You. And you go! Up we go. You. Whoop. Only need 10 more. Man, this achievement's flying by. Really no third upgrade for the I don't believe that. Every other weapon has has 3 upgrade. Has like a total of 3 slots, and this I don't believe that Surge would only have 2. Go. Where'd it go? My house. In the middle of my house. My house. Sure you're not hiding anything up here. You are in fact not hiding anything up there. Now what? Where do we go from here? I'm confused. Do I just jump like... Yep. Over here. All right, that's 70 for that. I really need to do better dodge efficiency. Let's see here. Yep. Oh, got that achievement done. 75 on that. Ugh. Where do I put this? There's gotta be somewhere to put this. I don't know where though. Ah, I see. I see, I see. There we go. Up again. And up. Still none. I don't like. What am I? What do I need? There's some of them on. See what this gets me. I might have it too bad. They're definitely random, but like clearly they come from something. Hello. I don't know if you can see this because I don't know if I'm really here. I see a pen in my hand, but I see myself, but it's all wrong. It's the wrong angle. It's throwing me in. It's all green. Look out for the color green. Something turns green when it's close. Don't let it get close. Don't let it in. But if you do, no matter what, do not speak to it. Please, I need you safe, Peggy. I don't want to end up here too. I don't know where I'm going. Astral Mimic. Astral mimics are physically indistinguishable from astral copies, but considerably more dangerous due to the fact they possess para-utilitarian abilities. The most notable ability witnesses levitation. It is unknown how this astral entity gained its paranatural abilities. Irrelevant objects of power are currently bound to Director Faden, which indicates the object is not responsible. However, objects of power are intrinsically linked to the board in the astral plane. A similar link between objects and the mimics can also exist, or perhaps the board is able to dispense these abilities at their leisure, with no trial in the astral plane required. The prevailing theory, however, is that the entities are simply replicating observed abilities performed by the Hiss, or even the director herself, thanks to the prolonged exposure to our world caused by the astral bleed. Refer to Vault for full report. Yeah, I was noticing that. They're trying to act like Hiss, but like not evil Hiss. I mean, of course they fight me, but that's what they are. They've always done that. Also fight the Hiss, which I don't mind that. That's useful. Oh, where the fuck? Come at me, bro. There we go. Oh. I have too many things now, apparently. Don't need. Don't need. Recovery on weapon hits. Don't need. Don't need. Okay. Oh, hello. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Huh, I guess the board wanted to take part in making a Threshold Kids episode.
Entry day plus 86. There's been a change. Hercules and Mabel, id numbers 3 and 11, attacked my staff today. 2 fatalities. 3 if you count Mabel. She was always so kind. As a result, we are abandoning the Foundation. Northmore gave the order to transfer our resources to the upper floors. Now that my control points allow us to safely come and go from the New York streets, did I forget to include that fact in my previous logs? I've been so busy using the arrays I made. Control points have been established throughout the oldest house. Excuse me if I don't sound excited, it's just... A few months ago, I would have been overjoyed to leave the Foundation. But now I realize I've grown fond of it. There's something deep in the stone here, deeper than that watching presence. Something warm. I feel it needing me. I won't go. I refuse. Northmore won't be happy, but so be it. I'm starting to see him for what he is, an impotent storm. Father Shade in a cheap suit.
I think he was losing his mind. Personally, I think he was just absolutely losing it. There we go. I was like, when's the fight? Hide back here, wait for that to recharge. Come at me, bro. It. Got them all? I think I got them all.
Another etching, like the one I used to get in here.
Speak, friend, and enter.
Is this the lock/key the board told me about?
I almost feel like this is an egg. There we go.
Just doing my job.
First one down. Director Faden's got this covered.
There's people down here now. I'm not alone anymore. More energy. More energy. Still can't upgrade that. Oh, there she is.
Jesse, hey!
Emily, how did...
What are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
She takes everything in stride.
True.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The astral plane is...
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the astral plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container. The bleed is localized to this area, but its growth rate seems steady. Given time, it will consume the entire Bureau, and possibly beyond.
That's what I'm here to stop. The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the astral plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or possibly some variation of anti-sympathy. Don't worry, I'll look into it. Did you notice all the Bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point. Do you think Darling knew about this?
I'd put money on it. That reminds me, have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people.
Yeah.
But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime. And send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes.
Emily. Always the researcher.
All the tests I run on the nail keep coming back as nonsense, and a couple of my instruments have already broken.
Maybe we should take that as a sign to pack it in?
I didn't take you for a quitter, Dr. Saba. There's a reason I packed a black rock-plated microscope.